There we go. Okay.
Hello, everyone. It is April 10th at 5 p.m. Victoria time, and I'm just sitting down to give a little video update of the day. Rebecca just arrived at the hospital, and Richard just left. Um, so Richard and I arrived this morning. Um, Arta had pretty nauseous morning and had thrown up. And was not maybe as perky as yesterday, but we were here and the we visited a little. She slept a little. The palliative care doctor for the weekend came in, and we called Kathy in and talked a little bit um, with her about increasing, actually adding back in to Arta's medications, the nausea medications she'd been taking last week. So we got that in the mix, and Kathy talked to the doctor about putting another medication in that is going to just help protect her stomach in case there's any bleeding. They haven't really seen any blood in what's coming out, but it's a good protective measure. It was my understanding, even if there is no bleeding, and just still trying to figure out the right dose of morphine for the day before they switch her over to a long acting patch instead of giving it to her, every few hours. Arta slept some more. Richard and I received a whole bunch of amazing photos from Moya of Richard's kids working out at the lake with Dave and Moya and Bonnie and cousin David. And we were able to show those to Arta, and they made her so happy. They were photos of them raking leaves on her lot. And there was a little video of them all working together to slide a tarp full of leaves across the road. And it was, maybe a 30-second video, and Arta watched it 3 or 4 times. She just loved it. It made her really, when we asked her later what was her favorite part of the day, it was getting those videos. We managed to get a wheelchair and take Arta outside into the courtyard for some sunshine and some beautiful Victoria weather. There's a beautiful Japanese garden with a waterfall, and we sat there. Richard and I tried to do most of the talking because Arta's throat is quite sore today from the tube. She's just asking for her glasses. They're right here.
I thought she was trying to take off her glasses.
Maybe. While we were out there, Wyana called, so that was fun. We put Wyana on speaker, and Wyana gave Arta an update on Azul Adventures with Zoe and Chelsea and Tanya. So that made Arta smile to hear about those games. And then in the midst of the sunny moment, it started hailing. So we moved Arta inside, which was great because just as we came inside, the GI doctor was coming around. I'd left my cell phone number with the nurse so that if he came while we were outside with Arta, they could call us back up, but the timing was great. And that was Dr. Flynn. And so Dr. Flynn explained to us a bit more about the specific details of the procedure that they'll attempt on Monday, which I had kind of just imagined that they were going to try to put a stent, kind of push through the duodenum where the tumor was blocking it, but that's not at all what it is. What they do is go through the stomach and into the duodenum and just completely bypass that blockage spot. So I'll actually just draw a little picture here because he drew one for us. And so this procedure, he told us, Dr. Barkley has done it about 10 times. And most of the times he's done it have had really good success. So here's the esophagus and the stomach. And then this is where the duodenum or the small intestine is. And right now, the pancreas is in this area, and it's creating a blockage somewhere over here. So what they do is with a scope that has like an ultrasound attachment on it too, they can go down into the stomach, so they don't have to, it's not like a surgery, like they don't have to open her up. They go into the stomach and then they insert a needle between the stomach and over somewhere over here to completely just bypass the place where the blockage is. And so they put this needle in there, and then through the needle, they thread this a tube that's like been super compressed. And when they do something to release it, and then it opens up into the stent tube. So it goes through, and Kathy asked some great questions, and he explained that the stent tube is sort of the shape, in the end, it's the shape of a barbell. So you get the skinny part here with a bigger part, so that it kind of seals off the area, so there won't be any gastric fluids leaking out of the stomach. And then it creates an opening that will go straight here and bypass the blockage. And that typically the people who've had success have been able to eat a regular diet, and the food would just go into the stomach and mix with digestive juices and then go into the small intestine where all the nutrients gets absorbed. And he assured us that Dr. Barkley would let us know, like, if it has to be a soft food diet, or, you know, just how big of a piece of food you could swallow without risk of it blocking that tube. And so Arta agreed that she said she would like to try whatever her medical team is recommending. So she said yes, she'd like to try it. Kathy agreed that she thought that would be great. I thought it was great. So today is Saturday. Tomorrow, Sunday, Dr. Flynn is going to go in with a scope and clean out Arta's stomach as much as he can to sort of prepare it for Dr. Barkley for Monday. And yeah, so I think that was, Dr. Flynn was fantastic. Everyone's been fantastic. After he left, Arta has been really wanting a shower. So I asked the nurses if I could do it. They set me up with everything I needed. The funny sort of thing that was good was that Arta's bathroom doesn't seem to get hot water. Like, you have to let it run forever to get hot water in the sink. So we were worried that there wouldn't be hot water for the shower. And sure enough, I left the water on and it wasn't getting warm. So I asked the nurse, like, is there a different place to shower? And he said, just leave the water on, it will get hot. And it did. So Arta had a shower, and we all know how good a hot shower feels. So she just really enjoyed that. And then she was done the shower. The nurse came back for her next set of meds, hooked her back up to her suction tube and the IV. Rebecca arrived with the hair dryer, which was perfect timing because Arta she really doesn't like having wet hair. And she's sleeping now. It was a busy couple of hours with going out, seeing the GI doctor, having the shower. So next steps are tomorrow, Dr. Flynn goes in with a scope to clean out her stomach, and Monday, unless we hear otherwise, I'm pretty sure the plan is that Dr. Barkley will try the procedure. Oh, Kathy asked if the procedure if they get in there and it's not possible to do it while they're there, could they put in the venting tube, which is the other option, if we can't do the stent, to have that kind of drainage tube there. And they said that makes sense. And Dr. Flynn said he'd talk to Dr. Barkley about that. And the only other thing, we weren't sure if we'd get to see the anesthesiologist today, who is the person who would do the nerve block to block the nerve to the pancreas to help with the pain symptoms. And Dr. Flynn said he didn't think that the timing of that mattered. Like we didn't need to do the block before the stent or vice versa. And Kathy said, yeah, that's not the most pressing thing, so that we can sort that out as a next step next week. So yeah, that's, I feel like there's more to say, but that's the basics. We've enjoyed our time today. Arta has been less chatty. I think her throat is quite sore from the tube. And Rebecca brought me a Coke and a sandwich, and that gave me new life. So we're gonna visit with Arta a little more, and we'll talk to you all probably tomorrow. And Rebecca's gonna come and stop the
ruin the party, as she always is wont to
Yeah.
do.